Well, I guess this is a good place to start. So, the Amazing Digital Circus released a trailer for episode 7, which I don't know if this is like the final episode, second to last final episode. Why can't I speak? I don't know if this is the final episode, second to last episode, third to last, whatever. I don't know how many they're trying to have before they end the series completely, which again, I still think is the dumbest fucking decision that they could ever make, is just to make a one-season hit, a one-hit wonder, as they say, with the Amazing Digital Circus, and then end it completely and not want to continue it further. Because I was looking at some of the other works, and they're not as interesting or cool, or they don't have a really good story to tell for a lot of the other ones. But my opinion, I know everyone else is going to love it. No matter what they produce, someone's going to cling on to it. They're going to share it. Whatever, even if it looks ugly as shit like a Labubu. But anyway, so they released a trailer. I immediately got to kind of like this loading screen, which is still here for some reason. I don't know why. It's already been a minute. But I did notice that there was something at the end when listening to it that someone was speaking, saying that they connected to the Neuralink or whatever. I don't know. And then also, clearly, there's a man here. There's a face over here. This is the first time that we've seen any human characters within the series. But anyway, from the beginning of time.
On the next episode of the Amazing Digital Circus, it's time to...
So they're gonna repeat this multiple times. They showed this clip of the little man in the background kind of appearing, which we haven't seen that guy in the main overworld area since, I think, like episode 4, at the end of episode 4, maybe, I think, where he just kind of appears out of the corner. They put on suspenseful music, and you're supposed to be like, well, who's that? We haven't seen him since. They don't talk about him. Kane has mentioned multiple times that he can't control people. He can't tell people what to do, like the main characters.
Nobody can remember their name once they enter the digital circus. One of the few things I don't have control over are your minds.
And everyone in the main lobby area is supposed to be real people. There's no NPCs or anywhere else nearby, which I guess a lot of people have concluded that Kane is also a person, not like a masterful program that runs the entire software. And also maybe Bubble is a person as well. And they just kind of are kooky. They lost their mind, whatever, because they both kind of have like exemption to this rule. Or maybe that is the point. Maybe the Bubble is an AI and is the only one that can stay there, because then what about the sun and the moon, right? Like they talk as well. They're AI characters maybe, or are they real people that just stay up there the whole time? But yeah, I've not been loving this series as much as I wanted to, because I thought it was going to be a psychological horror based on Pomni being trapped in this kind of video game-esque world. And the first episode was phenomenal. I loved the first episode of the Amazing Digital Circus. But everything after that is just kind of, she already accepted it like instantly. Like she doesn't fight back anymore. She doesn't try to find a door. She doesn't like freak out and have these like social anxiety attacks like she did in the first episode. I think that's what made me really appealed to or interested to the show. It was very appealing that it's kind of like, it's psychological horror. Like I have severe anxiety disorder, so when she's freaking out and you see kind of like those sharp teeth and whatnot, she's kind of losing her marbles. And, you know, I would do the same. Logically, that's kind of like the first thing that someone would do, was like, wait, what the fuck? How do I get out of this? I don't mind staying if that's an option, but I want to know how to escape it if I can, if I'm allowed to. Because then that'll just make this software place like a way of escapism, right? Like somewhere where maybe Pomni is just stressed out from work and she's like, you know what, time to put on the fucking VR headset and then goof around, you know, maybe see my friends like Jax or whatever the fuck. I fucking hate Jax. He's a piece of shit. Ragatha, you know, I would rather see Ragatha. She's very kind, sweet, gentle-hearted. And throughout this series, they make Ragatha seem like she's manipulative of Pomni somehow, when she's just trying to care for her as a friend and kind of help her not fall into like the grasp of Jax being a piece of shit, manipulative asshole. You know, he tortures everyone. He makes fun of everyone. He's just an overall piece of shit. But people love the character design. People have shirts of him. People have stuffed animals of him. He's a very well-designed character. So it doesn't matter of his personality. People are going to cling onto his character design and be like, oh, he's so cute. I want a plushie of him. Same thing with Bubble. I like Bubble, you know. Ragatha's not the best designed character, in my opinion, but she's cute and she's well made. And then you see this and people start freaking the fuck out. They're like, damn, God, is it hot in here? Woo-wee. And I saw people also freaking out about Pomni. And I'm like, why are you guys fucking weird? Oh my god. It's that moment of the cop from SpongeBob where he's like, calm down, son. It's just a drawing. But in this case, they're just 3D animated characters. This is a fucking rag doll and this is just a clown. But you know what? People are fucking weird. Anyway.
Something I don't canonically have any knowledge of. Take a look.
What the f am I looking at?
The consequences of our actions. And it's only going to get worse from here.
Oh no.
I haven't enjoyed the series as much as I thought I would because the episodes don't make sense progression-wise. Kane is in control of this world. You know, he has his mental breakdowns and it causes things to glitch. He can't accept the reality that people just aren't interested in his adventures, but that's his sole purpose. So whoever put him in here first, he must have been the first person here, or if he's a program, his one objective, like, you know, kind of like Ultron, I guess, is to, instead of bring peace to the world, it's to make people have adventures and to escape reality. But maybe this was supposed to be a place of escapism where people come in, play the game for like half hour a day, and then they log off, and then he's supposed to get his kicks from that, right? But then maybe the game was so old because the first episode made the game, you know, 4:3 aspect ratio, something out of a GameCube or Game Boy kind of era, and people forgot about the game. So now, instead of bringing joy and happiness to people, maybe he switched his objective and he started collecting people, forcibly ripping them from reality into the game. And he just wants to entertain like he used to, right? Like, people don't play the game anymore, so it just kind of drew him kooky, and he just doesn't want to be forgotten about. That's why he made Bubble an assistant, so that he's not lonely. I don't know, but they don't talk about any of that, and they even, again, establish that he cannot control their minds, change their personalities, change anything about these people besides just give them a name, a randomly generated name that they have to agree to. Like, they're just like, okay, Ragatha, I guess that's my name. But there was an episode where Zubul, that was her name, she made it so that Jax is just vegan for the sake of fucking with him, and then Kane makes it a reality where he's like, huh, wait, I thought you couldn't, and they even point that out, but they never expanded upon that. So was that just a rule that he told himself he wouldn't do? Like, just, I don't want to change their personality. I don't want to do any of that. Or could he just this whole time? Are these even their real personalities? Because in another episode, Jax was saying that he's the funny one. Everyone has their own little quirk. Everyone's their own individual thing. You got sadness over here. You got happiness over here. You got courage over there. You have crazy over there, you know, Kinger. So, Pomni, what are you gonna be? It's all a game, and he breaks the fourth wall. He's very aware that, you know, this is just a show. He's putting on this kind of performance for an audience, but yet he still has these freak out moments. He's showing too much emotion, too much character. It just doesn't make sense, right? Also, they can't remember their names in the real life world, but they can remember their previous occupations, their previous skill sets. Like, they remember their first job, second job. I used to be a tattoo artist as well. Yeah, I've done it for about 5 years. Like such an accurate recollection of time and a previous life. But like the first episode, again, Pomni was saying that she couldn't remember anything, what she used to be, her name. And it would have been better if it was like explored on a more subtle level. Like, you know, again, the episode with, what's the ribbon girl? I forgot her name. Sadness or whatever the fuck. I don't even know her name anymore. Yeah, but like she wanted to be manager because, you know, she just felt more comfortable with it. She felt like she knew how to do it, right? Like she had that feeling. And then it was displayed that like, oh, okay, well, she's actually pretty good at this managing position. So that's got to be something about her past. It was subtle. But then they started throwing too much information at the viewer where it's like, oh, yeah, I used to do this. Oh, yeah, I loved horses. I come from a rich family. You know, it's like it's not subtle anymore when they already know what's happening. It's not like they're trying to remember it. They already have that knowledge. So, like, where's the journey? What's the point? Is it just the adventures? Like, these episodes have kind of fallen, for me, personally, a little bit with the story development, because now they're just spoon-feeding you everything that you wanted to know instead of the audience figuring it out. Like with FNAF, the original games with Scott Cawthon, everything was just theory pulling, and he would leave crumbs and things here and there, and that would get the people engaged and wanting to know more about, wait, why is there always a fan in every single FNAF game? You know, but in this series, they stopped that and then just immediately started spoon feeding everyone all the answers. The thing with the door in the first episode, it was funny. You know, he made the door not to tease people purposely, but because he knows people want to escape, but he just didn't know what to put behind it. He's not a real person from what I'm getting. Maybe he is a software, if my theory is correct, where this is an old fucking Game Boy SP, Game Boy Advanced game. No one plays it anymore because it's old, but in the future it's probably a VR headset game, right? It's an old VR headset game that no one plays anymore, and so he just wanted to bring people into the world to give himself some like friends to play with, so he's not lonely anymore. Something like that, you know, like that would make sense. But I don't know. Anyway, this trailer just seemed very Laura heavy with everything. And then we have Jax here breathing. It's monochromatic colors, maybe a little bit of purple. I could be colorblind, who fucking knows. But you see Jax here, Kaufmo, and fucking, I guess someone was saying that this was a frog. I really can't see if that's a frog or not. I even have this on the highest quality that I can get.
The next episode of the Amazing Digital Circus.
Every time that, what's his name? Kane. Every time that Kane is saying, on the next episode of the Amazing Digital Circus, he slowly loses enthusiasm, kind of like how Wanda did in the WandaVision series, where she starts off saying, previously on WandaVision, previously on WandaVision, previously on WandaVision, previously on WandaVision, previously on WandaVision. You know, it gets from, you know, excitement to kind of like more bored or kind of sad, whatever, depressed. They're using that kind of same concept here, which is supposed to grasp the audience attention. And then it also gets even more glitchier here and there, introducing more and more elements of what's going to be shown. There's probably some distorted imagery here, like in the background. I don't know if these are supposed to be eyes or if these are just randomly generated static images. But we saw earlier that there was a man in the background of one of these distorted, you know, kind of intercut, I don't even know what you call it, static transitions. We see Kane's office, which has, you know, kind of like the FNAF guy, Moon and Sun Man. That kind of guy. He has like the personality of good and bad, maybe, I don't know, or peaceful and glitchy, I don't know. There is a moon here and a sun on top of the door. There he is again, right there behind the rock. That actually kind of looks like the area where they were doing the guns episode, or not the guns episode, what was it, where Jax was hunting down the ribbon rhino. And here's a lot more things we kind of have to pause on. Zubul looks like she fell somewhere. Her hand just looks like her left hand, but on the right side of her body, so maybe she fell and got discombobulated somewhere. There's motion of them talking to each other. Pomni turns. The moon, I don't fucking know. The moon! The door, the same static we saw earlier with the eyes. They just reused it. Bucket of keys. This one looks interesting to me. I don't know why, it just does. And then over here on the far right, where my camera is actually covering it, it almost kind of looks like a big nose and a face. You see that on the right side? Kind of looks like a big purple nose and some goofy ass teeth, but I could be misinterpreting it. There's a single frame, kind of blink and you miss it, like clarity of a new level that they're probably gonna have to trek through. Again, my camera is kind of covering it, but it looks like a giant eyeball or something. And you got teeth on the bottom left over there with more eyeballs. I wish I could show it with my cursor showing, but I can't. We got a golden little tiny hand, probably Trump. He left it behind. Another single frame, Kinger pointing at Pomni with some buttons in the background. She probably accidentally hits one of them because it's some sort of tense moment. She launches all the nukes across the Americas. I don't fucking know. An orb with the cabin in it. There might be someone in the cabin, it looks like. Like the door is open, but I can't see it. It looks like Huggy Wuggy, the pink one. Fuzzy Wuzzy, is that her name? There's static here too for about 2 frames. But there is like a static image on top of it as well. Kind of looks like a face if you like squint your eyes a little bit. Here's Kane, you know, the area where he's having dinner with Bubble. His eyes are glitching out again. The blue screen of death. I thought this was Slenderman at first, but it's just the smiley guy, or I don't know. I guess the character in the background, he just drew a smiley face on himself, and you got like some wiggles in the background. I don't know if those are tentacles or like the PewDiePie kind of logo thing. On the top left over here, it also kind of looks like a face. You got the eyes and like a mouth here. And maybe a top hat? I don't know. I could be seeing things. But they're doing the kind of... Oh, the moon again! The moon! They brought back the moon! The fuck is this? Oh, what do you call it? Fucking the jumpy, the song, the music man in the box. What's it called again? Fuck. From FNAF. This does seem very FNAF inspired. Every, like, trick in the book that they have done over the years where you gotta, like, brighten up the image or you kind of gotta go frame by frame with a recording to be able to see, like, all the details. They're taking that heavy approach, and that's why this seems very lore heavy. So they may be trying to just end the series with spoon feeding you more information again and again and again, and maybe she does actually escape, and then that's the end of the series. or she's trapped there forever and then they keep using them as a marketing tool, but then they just won't make a season 2 or anything else to continue the story. A single frame of Ragatha. There's some stuff in the background that I can't really fully make. They just look like shapes, maybe like merry-go-rounds or something like that, or trophy cases. This looks like the top of a trophy case. Oh, this actually might be within Kane's office. Oh, she's sitting on a chair, it looks like. I just noticed she's sitting on a golden chair. The same static image from earlier, something on the left, and then you got the purple face on the right, but my camera's covering it. The door's opening, door's opening. There's probably something in the room. If you rewind it and you brighten up the image, there probably is something in here. Maybe on the right side, I can kind of see something maybe. Or it's just a hallway, I don't know. Who knows?
I think I found the way to leave.
Yeah. I think I found a way to link, so we're getting actual human people in this episode, probably. Or maybe they're gonna try to communicate with Pomni to try to bring her out of there. But episode 7 is coming to YouTube and Netflix on December the 12th. So it was just an interesting little thing. I still enjoy watching the series, obviously. I don't like the gun episode where Pomni is like falling in love with Jax and they start singing a song together, and then Jax is saying that I'm just a lonely, misunderstood, whatever. There's nothing to dig into, leave me alone, which she then probably might start digging into more. But it was very weird and cringe that she's like begging to be like his equal, I guess, to be liked by him, and she has, I don't know, it was fucking weird and dumb. A lot of these episodes have been kind of lackluster for me personally. I thought it was going to be a much different direction to continue the theme of the psychological horror, because that was kind of the appeal of the first episode, was that it dug deep into like the psyche of a person being brought into a video game world and they can't get out no matter what they do. But she just accepted the reality instantly. Now she's just kind of numb to it. She's having fun with it. She's also trying to fall in love with Jax. I don't know why. I find him to be the shittiest character. I don't care if he has a redemption arc or something where it's like, see, he did one good thing, therefore he good. Therefore I buy more merchandise with his face on it. I don't know. I don't like that kind of shit, man. But yeah, no, I'm obviously I'm still gonna watch it. I'm just saying that this was a very interesting little teaser trailer, I guess. Same thing with Markiplier dropping his Iron Lung video not long ago. It was very cringe and weird though. I don't think I'll be watching it. I might check out the game though, because you know it is based off a game that he played. I think it's an indie developed game that he played, he enjoyed, he liked the concept of, and he just decided to ask the creator of that game, like, hey, I want to make a movie of your game. And then from there, they just kind of started off making his own thing. He's paid for it with his own money, and he's made himself the main protagonist of the film, which is it's going to be very awkward and a cringy watch from me personally, because all I know him as is the FNAF guy that screams to the top of his lungs. He's very fucking loud, annoying, irritating. He might be good in like a comedy movie, maybe like an Adam Sandler-esque character, I guess, but I'm not saying I like Adam Sandler either, right? Because I don't. I actually gotten to a point where I was really sick and tired of just seeing Adam Sandler in every single movie, every goddamn time. Every time he makes and develops his own movie, he's always falling in love with like the hottest, sexiest woman on the screen, and they live happily ever after. I'm not saying that for Markiplier. I'm saying that Markiplier is more known for being goofy and silly and over the top. He'd be good in a role that's not taken super seriously, like maybe a parody movie, you know? But who knows? Maybe it is actually a really good film and it's fucking amazing and I should watch it like right now. Oh my god, Kevin, it was actually pretty good. You should watch it now. Who knows? I would love to be wrong. I'm just saying from the trailer, it was kind of cringe and it was very like, oh god, Markiplier is the protagonist? Jeez, why would you cast yourself? If you wanted to, you know, make a movie about a game you love and you want to make it into a memorable movie that people can watch from, 5 years from now, at least put in some actual talent. But like I said, who knows? Maybe he's actually really good at it. I don't fucking know. I'm excited for this episode. I can't wait to watch it, not because it's a beach episode. And it does seem like this is the same area that the mannequin man was hiding behind one of these rocks. He's definitely spying on them. Maybe he just wants to be friends with them. I don't know. It's a very interesting episode, trailer to, look forward to. A lot of things thrown in there to grasp your attention, get audience kind of like hyped and ready for December 12th. It's a good marketing tactic. You got sexy ribbon girl over here. Ooh. And you got Ragatha and Pomni, and I don't see Jax here. I saw Kinger. He's kind of in swimming trunks, I believe, by a tree. Yeah, look at my boy Kinger. Hell yeah, my man. Oh, they're actually right in front of the tent. I didn't even notice that, so they're not even far away at all. It's not even really an adventure. They're just outside of the tent for once. Oh, Kinger might not even be here because he doesn't want to get hit on by the moon, by the sun and the moon. But yeah, anyway, that was it. I just wanted to point out the stuff in the background, inconsistencies. My appreciation for the show, I thought it was going to be better than what it is currently. It's still enjoyable. I just thought it was going to take a different direction. Whatever. We'll see what happens. It's going to suck when they stop making episodes of these, because this was actually like one of the more appealing series that they have going on. Again, I saw some of the other ones. I watched a couple of the episodes and I'm like, I don't know if this is my thing. It's not all that interesting. But hey, good on them. Glitch has made some fantastic character rigs, animations. You know, you gotta admire the craft. The people behind this stuff, they're really fucking talented. Really, really good. I wish they would just keep making good stories, though. They need better writing, for sure. But that's it. Yeah, have a great day. Be safe. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the episode. I will be watching it as well. Just some things I wanted to point out in the background. That's all. Have a good day. Bye-bye.